Welcome back to the Introduction to Programming. This is Mr. McLaughlin again. We are looking at Unit 1, Module 1, Lesson 2, Build the Band. So today we're going to look at a new project where you're going to learn some things about animations and attaching sounds to them, along with the clicking that you had done before. So in this project, you're going to build a band. So essentially you're going to make a character that sings, and as you click on the different instruments, music will play. The goal is kind of like a soundboard, so that way as every time you have a sound play, you click on this instrument. You're going to have to be careful because sometimes that can be a little tricky. As you click on the instrument, the sound plays. If you click on it again, it actually starts over depending upon how you do the code. So it can play all the way out, or if you click it again, it could start over. So you have to think about how you want the sounds to play. And do you want both sounds to be playing at the same time? Or if you click on this sound and then click on this sound, should this sound stop and this sound start? So we're going to have to really look at some of the options when you're looking at different sound sprites. So here's how you start. You're going to choose some sprites that are instruments. And when you look at this, we can say, play the drum 6 for 2 beats. You can play a drum for 0.2 beats. You can play a drum for 0.5 beats. They have different drum playings here in this. So they're using the drums when the sprites click. But you can also use sounds. So let's jump into Scratch and take a look at some of the sounds we could use. Let me go into one of my untitled projects. Let's see. This looks like a good one. Okay, so I'm going to make it such that when you click on the cat, and I can tell I'm on the cat sprite because it's up here in the upper right hand corner, and I've also clicked on the cat sprite over here, I'm going to have it play a sound. But let's look at the couple options that we have here. We have play a sound meow, and then we have a play the sound meow until done. So I'm going to actually drag both over, and I'm going to disable this one by disconnecting it from the block. So it's just sitting here all by itself. Nothing's going to happen. So I'm going to hit play and see what happens when I click on the cat. It plays the sound. Now see what happens if I click on the cat and then immediately click again. Let's try a longer sound. See if we can get something that's a little bit longer. So we click on the sound library, have a nice music loop. That's a good one. Takes a minute to load it. Okay, so this is much longer sound. So I'm going to go back into my scripts and I'm going to change the sound to the dance head nod. I'm going to try that, hit play. You hear how it restarts? It doesn't play all the way out every time I click on the sound. So now let's switch it to this one and see what happens. Oops, that still says meow. There we go. Dance head nod. Click on it. So it'll keep playing that sound until it is completed using this sprite. So let's add in another sprite. How about an apple? That looks like a good sprite. There we go, we have an apple. Now I'd like to get the script from this sprite into this sprite, so I can drag it into my backpack, which is down here at the bottom, and drag and drop it into my backpack. So now I've actually saved a copy of the script. I can go over to the Apple and drag it right up here. And it can play the sound, dance, head nod, but the sound isn't actually in there, so we're going to make sure it's in there. It just says a pop. So we want to actually add that sound. Maybe we'll add a different sound. Music loops, dance magic, we'll do that. Okay, so now we have dance magic in there. Let's go to our scripts. We're going to change this to dance magic. Can't use dance head nod because it doesn't exist. Let me take that away. So we got dance until play until done. So let's see what the effects are of each of these. You hear they're playing at the same time. So both sounds playing at the same time if I'm using dance play until done. So now let's just switch it to play dance magic. We'll go to the cat. Stop. Go to the cat. We're going to switch it to there we go. Stop. One of the problems with play until done is it's hard to take over control because it really just wants to play the music until it's completed. All right, so now they're both just play sound, not play until done. And let's play our project and see what it does then. So now I can get the sounds to restart. And it won't play all the way out. Okay? So experiment with those. Decide which one you want to use. Again, if you right-click on the help, you can get more information on how each of these blocks, they're very subtle. Starts playing a sound and continues to the next block immediately. This one plays the sound and waits until the block is played. Excuse me, this one plays until it's done. This one plays the sound and then waits till the sound is done and then moves on. Okay? So take a look at each of those, decide which one you want to use, and start doing your band. Choose a good background, choose some nice instruments, maybe add some animation to your instruments, making them move when you click on them. That might be kind of fun. So see what you can come up with, and then you're going to submit the project in the Build a Band, and make sure you have submitted it, and then we can also look at the Build a Band Studio to see what some other people may have done. So take a look at that, see what different projects there are. Some people did exactly the same thing that they recommended as using drums. Other people did more creative things. So we can kind of take a look and see. There we go. Here's one. Looks like they use several instruments. Okay, so let's play their song. Oh, this looks like it self-plays. It doesn't look like I can click on anything here. It looks like it's just going to play. But that's another option too. You just make it play a song. And they have their animation and it kind of just goes off by itself with the scary squirrel that pops up. Okay, so I'm done with the scary squirrel. Feel free to explore, see what else you guys can do. Work on the project, make sure you submit it, and share it. See you next time.